So your package finally arrives and it's all wet. Not a big deal for a fish, but certainly not what you want to see when your diamond painting kit's here. Is it ruined? Is it salvageable? It might be okay. Watch this video and find out what you can do to make the best of a bad situation.
My delivery that I got yesterday, which was rather disappointing, having had wait so long for it to arrive. But this was the condition of the box that my first painting came in. This one was from Paint with Diamonds. So I went on to the Facebook support group right after making my video last night and asked them, what am I going to do? Because the canvas was damp. It was actually wet inside the package. It was still wet, and it's still a little wet. I noticed this morning when I went to work, I had wrapped it up, took it to work in my bag, which you may have seen sitting there. This is my craft bag. I have all my items in there. I rolled it up and put it in there to take it to work, and when I got to work and unrolled it, it was wet again. So this paper on top is still holding water in it. And well, anyway, what had happened was when I peeled back the picture the first time, okay, the paper was sticking to the adhesive, and I was like, let's see what the corner that wasn't all wet looks like. So I went to the next corner and I pulled that back, and I don't want to do it again, but I'll show you in the video. I've got the footage. I'll insert that. Well, what it turned out was I was actually pulling the adhesive layer itself completely free of the printed image rather than just the paper. So somebody in the Facebook group told me to, so when I was more careful about where I grabbed, it was fine. It's completely fine. Now, I do prefer the clear film on top rather than the advent calendar method of, seek and find and discover. So I have the clear plastic left over from the first kit that I bought at Michael's, because I ordered these in a month. There's no way my OCD and my compulsive tendencies were going to allow me to wait a month for anything. Not happening. So I ran to Michael's and bought one off the shelf there, and I'll show you that. This is Diamond Dots brand, available at your local craft store. It came with the clear film on the top, as did the Diamond Art Club. And knowing that the one coming from China was going to have the white, I saved this, hoping it was going to be big enough to cover. And it's not quite large enough to cover the entire canvas, but I am considering pulling back the paper and using the cellophane or the plastic film instead. I have heard, though, that you have to be very careful that there's one side that will stick very firmly to your adhesive canvas, and the other side does come clear quite easily. So I thought we'd give that a try together. Let's try this together. So pulling this back. Now I'm going to pull it back. Let's see, this seems to fit this way pretty well. And I've also been putting a lot of thought. I overthink everything, and which side, which corner, which direction, where do you start, which direction do you move, how to go about it. And I've been reading lots and lots of suggestions and watching YouTube videos, and I'm thinking, to me, what makes the most sense is, for me, this is the top and the bottom's down by me. I'm right-handed, okay? So we're gonna pretend that this is my pen. I personally did not like my hand sitting on the diamonds while I worked on that last project. My hand kept getting in the adhesive and sticking to it, and I think if that repeatedly happens, you're going to lose some of that tackiness. Also, occasionally, not very often, but occasionally, my hot little hand would pull the diamonds that I'd already put off of the canvas, and I don't want to be redoing any more than I have to. So I was thinking that I wanted to do from left to right, but then somebody mentioned in one of the groups that they go left to right, but top to bottom. That makes sense to me. Except now I'm thinking it through again. If I had a really big canvas, and obviously in order to be able to reach this, I have a lot of this in my lap right now. And if I'm going top to bottom, let me see if you can see this. If I go top to bottom, I'm going to get all the way down here, moving this, and then I'm going to be putting it back in my lap with diamonds on it. And then back up and back down with the diamonds. And I'm thinking that's probably not a good idea. So I'm rethinking this whole thing, and now I'm thinking that I want to go left to right, and move it up as I go, left to right, left to right, left to right, so that if I did have one that was bigger than the width of my table. Now, I'm very fortunate in that I have a very large craft table. Let me get this stuff out of here. And I'll show you here. So my craft table is quite large, okay? So I'd have to have a pretty big canvas for it to be going off the other end, but there's no harm in that because there's nothing over there. I have the ability to do that. And my craft table has leg holes on both sides. So I've seen where some people will take a pool noodle or even the cardboard from wrapping paper and wrap it around the end, the other end, and you wrap so that your diamonds are on the outside. And they then had, this one particular gal had a rod hanging from the underside of her table to hold this from laying on the floor. I suppose if you had a really long one, you could do that. Well, I have a craft table that has space under here all the way across, so I could technically roll the canvas with rods on either end, kind of like a cross stitch frame would be, where you just keep rolling it as you move. So I'm going to show you my table real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. See? So if I had one, now of course it would only be able to be as wide as my leg hole is, but that would definitely work as a two-sided desk. So I can do it on this side or that side, or if I wanted to, I could just leave it laid out and move my chair from one side of the desk to the other to work on it. But I understand not everybody is going to have the luxury of this. If you're interested, it came from Wayfair. We moved to Florida. We sold our house in Wisconsin and sold it furnished and had estate sales, sold everything that we owned except for a few things and our clothes, and came down here and bought absolutely everything to furnish the house from Wayfair. We didn't want to spend time going out and shopping for furniture because we had to paint every square inch of the house on the inside, clean everything. My husband and I have both have some OCD issues, and his is definitely cleanliness of a home moving into it, that there's no form or filth. It's spotless, and mine is more of an organization thing. But we wanted to be able to spend our time cleaning and not shopping for furniture, so we bought everything on Wayfair and had it delivered. And that was really nice, except the deliveries got messed up again and again and again and again. But eventually we got it all here, and Wayfair made it right. They gave us big discounts on our whole order because of all the inconvenience with the screwed up shipments. Sometimes we get 2 or 3 bedroom sets of the same one we ordered, but not, you know, the recliners for the living room. And they, on a couple of things, said just keep it. So we donated them to charity, the extra bedroom sets that they had sent. But so you can see I spent the time painting my craft room instead of shopping for furniture. But I did get the craft table from Wayfair. I love it. I had to assemble it myself. I was waiting for my husband to help me put it together, and he had his own little projects going, and I waited and waited, and days later I was frustrated, wanted to put it together, so I put it together myself. And this top weighs, I don't know, maybe 100 pounds, and I somehow managed to lift it up onto the 2 pedestals myself. So you had to assemble the pedestals, and they've got the cute little bun feet and everything. Can you see that? But I assembled that, and then I had to lift that monster up on top of it and put it together. Beyond that, what I did was, I don't remember if these were from, I think, Home Depot, the cube organizers. I think it was just Home Depot. I ran there, assembled those myself as well, and bought the fabric bins to keep the not so lovely looking things in. But I absolutely love that. And then, anyway, that, see how I go on tangents? I mean, this is the attention deficit disorder. We were talking about diamond painting and the canvas and rolling it, and I'm now talking about my little cubby bins. I mean, it's ridiculous, I know. I can't stay focused. Oh, look, my closet's open. That's not very attractive. Let's get rid of that. So, all right. Oh, tip. Puzzle caddy. Awesome for diamond painting. I put a bed pillow on my lap on the couch, and I put one of these on it. I have my light pad, and I have the foam little, oh yes. These are the foam pads that go on the puzzle caddy to hold your puzzle pieces in place while you stack them, put them in this artist portfolio that folds up. But these are fantastic for diamond painting because I keep my supplies on it, like the storage bins for all the diamonds, and if they spill or fall out, they stop rolling, they don't go flying, and you can pick them up really easily off of this because it's cushy. So that is awesome. I would highly recommend, not necessarily that you have to go out and buy a puzzle caddy, but if you can find this foam sheeting, that would be fantastic. So anyway, that's what I was talking about with the painting. I wanted to pull the paper off of that and replace it with the cellophane or the film that came on my diamond dots. And as I said, I'd heard that, I know that turns out really loud, I'm sorry, that it sticks on one side or the other. One of the 2 sides will like adhere like badly to the adhesive, and the other side, actually, get rid of this, comes off quite easily like it's intended to. So this is the half that got wet. This is the dry half from my floppy box. Floppy box. I guess it doesn't really matter that much in that. Either way, it's not big enough to completely get rid of the wet paper. But I think I'm going to go left to right, top to bottom. So what I want to do first is get rid of my paper on here, because it's still kind of saturated, and that can't be good for the adhesive to just sit there like a sponge with that moisture. So let me have a try at this. Let's see here. Now, let's just pull this away from the adhesive. Hard to tell if it's, it looks okay. So I got rid of that, and as I said, when I was in my panic mode when I got this thing, I peeled off all 4 corners until pulling off the actual layer of adhesive. I'm just going to kind of show you real quick. No, I don't want to show you. I don't want to wreck it anymore. But the image underneath now almost looks like crackle finish painting. Remember that from the 90s when we all used to crackle finish everything? Not terrible, but it's a little jacked up. You can kind of see the fractures running diagonal through the image. But so what I'm thinking is, because that paper is so saturated, what I really want to do is get it off of here. And I can see there's a few raised parts of the glue. I don't know that that's going to be a huge issue, but let's try this out with the plastic. See which side is which. I'm just going to try a little test here. That comes off pretty easily. Try the other side. Oh, that comes off really easily too. So there must be some other form of plastic than what I've got. But I can kind of tell because I kept folding it. I was folding it back as I worked on corners here and there, and I can kind of tell where my creases are, and they seem to all go this way. So it looks like this would be the side that goes down. And what I'm going to do is put this over where I intend to start. There we go. And looks good. Just going to smooth it out. Looks pretty good. Oh. Roll it out. There we go. Oh, there's little fart bubbles in there. There we go. Okay, so I think that's going to work out pretty good. And because I only have enough to go about 2/3 of the way across, what I want to do then is cover the remainder of it with something to keep it from getting dirty until I can work on it. So my only option is the paper right now that came with it. And I know that this side was the side that got all wet. So what I'm going to do is lay this down on the remainder. Actually, I'm going to get it closer, further from the wet end. I'm sure that water kind of leached through, went from one end to the other like a sponge. There we go. There we go. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. Okay. Perfect. Now, let's just cut this away so I can see my legend. Fold that. Okay. And we can go this way with it to wherever that ends. Tools or my X-Acto knife set. Sweet. Forged in fire, you got nothing on me. Okay. So let's do this like this. Right along my crease I created. And I'm holding it up to make sure I don't inadvertently slice the canvas, but just, it's such a sharp blade. If I just get it through the paper where I creased it. There we go. And I'm going to fold this right along the key on this side. Okay, and knife it. Not as easy to do it this way as aiming toward my belly. It's rather unnatural to slice your own. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. Go back to the plastic ends, get a little extra. Go to here. That's good enough. Seam. Seam. And there we have it. All right. So I just realized something. You know, this picture, it's this Four Seasons tree. This is the bottom half, and this is the top half. Not that there's a right or wrong, because it's quadrants. But the paper ended up where I wanted to start, which is okay, because I'll actually get rid of the paper sooner. I can just do my little cutouts and dump it. I'm really kind of enjoying the little fart bubbles underneath the plastic. I'm liking that. That's kind of fun. It's a good thing, Martha. Okay. If you have any questions about the issues that I ran into or anything regarding any of the information you saw in here or anything about anything really, you can ask me anything. You can ask me anything. Let me know in the comments below. And please, if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Where did I go wrong? What did you see? You go, oh my God, I can't believe she just did that. Let me know. Where am I screwing up? Because this is only my second one. And I might actually start on one of the that little one that Diamond Art Club sent instead before I tackle this monster. But I'm definitely an addict. I've joined, I think, 10 Facebook groups, and I've got 5 paintings coming from my last order that I placed the other day, and I've got my replacement of the original, I believe, that Diamond Art Club is sending. And oh, Diamond Art Club, this one from Being Wet, and I'm on their Facebook support group, Paint with Diamonds support group. One of the administrator of the group saw what was going on, and she responded to me this morning. This was all last night. I put all my, oh my God, what am I going to do? She responded to my post today and said to send her an email. They're going to give me a gift certificate. So fantastic. Not only did I fix the problem, crisis averted, the company is sending me a gift card as an apology. And oh, the diamonds in it, perfect. They're all there. And I'm going to show you how I am going about getting ready to start this baby in an upcoming video. So again, like, comment, subscribe, complain, tell me I'm an idiot. I don't care, you know. I've got pretty strong skin, but let me know what you think. Until next time, bye-bye.
Hello and welcome to the Mental Health Hotline. If you are obsessive compulsive, press 1 repeatedly. If you are codependent, ask someone to press 2 for you. If you have multiple personalities, press 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you are paranoid, we know what you are and what you want. Stay on the line and we'll trace your call. If you're delusional, press 7 and your call will be transferred to the mothership. If you are schizophrenic, listen carefully and a small voice will tell you which number to press. If you are depressive, it doesn't matter which number you press, no one will answer you.